Hi everyone, Travis Robertson. Want to talk with you today about something that's been coming up more and more in the conversations I've been having, and it's this. Agents are feeling more and more overwhelmed by everything they feel like they have to do to keep their business up and running and to market their business. They're told by this person you need to be using this app or this tool or this resource or this website. And it feels like we just can't keep up with everything because there's more and more stuff that always seems to be piling onto an already busy, already overloaded schedule. So how do we deal with it? Do we need to keep up with all these things? Do we have to be involved in all these apps and tools and websites? Or is there another way to do this? I want to tell you a story. Not too long ago, a psychologist was invited to the Pentagon to give a presentation on time management and on resource management to a group of generals that were really the top minds in the U.S. military. And the psychologist kind of opened up the session with one of those, icebreaker type of things that they tend to do. And he said, here's what I want you to do. In 25 words or less, it's a small amount of words, I want you to write down your strategy, your process for managing all of the resources, all of the tools, all of the stuff that you have to do on a daily basis. Write it down in 25 words or less. Sounds easy, right? Here's the problem. It stumped every single person in that room except for one person. And that one person happened to be the only female general in that room. Now, she was extremely decorated. Afghan vet, Iraq vet, very, very accomplished general. And you want to know what she wrote? Here's what she wrote. First, everything that I do is I take all of my priorities, I just number them. I list out all my priorities, 1, 2, 3, and so on, all the way on down the list until she gets all of her priorities listed out. Then she crosses out everything from 3 on down. Now, I didn't say it in 25 words or less, but she wrote that down in 25 words or less. She crosses out everything from 3 on down. Now, if you're like most of the generals in that room, they freaked out. They're like, that's impossible. You run one of the most complex militaries in the world, if not the most complex military in the world, and you're telling us that you only have 2 priorities at any given point in time and that you cross everything else out. And she said, yes. She said, because what I've learned is that I can be doing all of these other things but not do them effectively, or I can focus on 2 things and be effective. And I've learned that I can only do 2 things at any given point in time effectively. And the psychologist actually backed her up and said, you know what, she's actually right, you guys. That's the way we love to think that we're hardwired to be able to multitask. Unless you're a guy, guys tend not to think that way, but a lot of females do think that they can multitask. And what we found from more and more studies that have been released on how the brain operates is that we are actually hardwired not to multitask. We're hardwired to be focused, to be laser focused on activities. That's where we find our most effective productivity. So what does this mean to you? What this means to you is that you need to take all of these ideas, all of these things that you're hearing, and be able to filter it down and say, you know what, while they may be good things, they're not great things for my business. I want to be not an inch deep and a mile wide. I want to be laser focused on a few things and do a few things exceedingly well and be okay with the things that I don't do. It's interesting. Steve Jobs, when he was, some of you may have even heard this story, when he was let go from Apple and then he came back to take over Apple, one of the things he found is that they had over 350, that's 350 product lines that they were working with when he came back, and he's like, you guys, this is terrible. You kind of suck at all of them. You're not doing any of them really well. So he took it down from 350 product lines all the way down to 10. And he said, we're going to do 10 things exceedingly well. And it's what catapulted Apple to the top of the technology innovative channel, like one of the most innovative technology companies. And what he said at the end of his life is he said, I'm just as proud of the 10,000 things we didn't do as the 10 things we did really, really well, because he learned that to say no to 10,000 things is what true innovation is all about. So what I want you to focus on is go back, look at your business, look at your marketing, look at everything that you're doing and say, wait a minute, is this making me better and more effective, or is this making things more complex and more challenging for me to keep my business going? And if it's making it more complicated, making it more challenging, making it more complex, I would encourage you, cut it out. Just cut the crap and focus on doing the things that you can be laser focused on, be effective at, and do a few things exceedingly well than a lot of things poorly. That's my tip for you guys today. Have a great week. I'll be coming with more this week. And if you like this video, just down in this corner, go ahead and click the thumb up button or subscribe in the upper right. Look forward to seeing you guys again. Take care.